It picks back up here in 2 Timothy 2:11. It says, the saying is trustworthy. For if we have died with him, we will also live with him. If we endure, we will also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. If we are faithless, he remains faithful. For he cannot deny himself. Wow. Wow. You see the idea that's there about being full of faith and with those who rule and reign with Christ. And at the same time, those who deny him saying, I never knew you. Depart from me, you worker of iniquity. Man, I think about Peter on the night when Christ was crucified. We've used this image before. I like this imagery of him in shame and Christ looking in his direction with the rooster having crowed. And we think about his just before that, bombastically, Lord, I'll never give up on you. I'll never be a traitor to you. He's like, okay, we'll see. Listen, before the night's over, this is going to happen to you. And he said, never, I'll go to my death before it happens. And what happened to him is that he got sifted. And the Lord already knew what he would do, because all of his was talk. And he had to put his actions into practice. It's just real easy when you're walking beside Jesus. But whenever you're out there in the mix of it and there's not the big spiritual giant beside you, what are you going to do? It might be easy whenever you're there with like your pastor, your friend, or somebody else. What it's going to do whenever you're there in the mix? What choice are you going to make? I ask for you and for myself as well, that the Lord would guide us and give us power to live for him. Peter himself says it like this. In 1 Peter 3, verse 13, he says, Now, who is there to harm if you are zealous for what is good? But even if you should suffer for righteousness' sake, you will be blessed. This is Peter saying this. He had been restored back to the Lord. He knows firsthand what it means. He says this, have no fear of them, nor be troubled, but in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you. Yet do it with great gentleness and respect, having a good conscience, so that when you are slandered, those who revile your good behavior in Christ may be put to shame. May be put to shame. And it finishes, it says this, for it's better to suffer for doing good, if that we should be God's will, than for doing evil. Man, there's lots of reasons that we would suffer, but let it be for doing God's will and being righteous, because he will fight for us, and our reward is in him. God is faithful. God is faithful. Even when we are not faithful, God is faithful. He does not turn his back on us. He does not turn his back on us.